Hello? What is up, my friends? So, Avengers Infinity War. Holy fuck. I mean, this movie came out this year, and let me tell you, one of the best movies, if not the best, in the MCU. And definitely, we are looking to see the biggest and baddest movie yet with Avengers 4. Now, we don't have a title for this movie, but we are pretty close to finding out. I'm pretty sure we got the official reveal of the last movie, Infinity War, around this time, and then we got a trailer around November. So, things are starting to be like sped up pretty quick, and I'm super pumped and excited for that. Now, like I said, we didn't get a trailer till November, so many people are speculating when exactly are we going to get a new trailer, if ever. And it sounds like we will get it. And it's sounding more likely that it is going to come out around the same time as the Infinity War one did, which was in November. So now there are Redditors already posting a leaked version of the Avengers Annihilation, as they're calling it. And this trailer is being described, and many people are like, this sounds pretty plausible. And let me tell you, when I read this, I was like, yeah, I totally can see this happening, and I want it to happen. So I'm just going to read the description, and I will paint the picture as best as I can in your mind. So let's check it out. I'm just going to read off like the description. So it says, the trailer starts off showing the damaged Infinity Gauntlet in a field on the foreign planet. As the camera focuses in on the gauntlet, we hear Tony's voice. We were destined to lose. Epic music score starts. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, the Quinjet is then shown landing in the Wakandan wasteland, and we hear Steve Rogers, Captain America himself, say, "We have come so far." We then see Tony and Nebula step off of the remaining jet as the remaining Avengers approach. Steve, with a look of relief, and says, Tony. Tony, seemingly defeated, shakes his head and gives a friendly smirk back to Captain, and then the Marvel Studio logo appears. Then we get a glimpse of the Battle of New York from 2012, and we've already seen the BTS of all this happening, so we know this was coming. We see Loki shocked and baffled at the top of Stark Tower. There is a flash of blue light as the camera pans back, and then it cuts to black. We then see the Wakandan throne with M'Baku at the helm. Seemingly he's become the new king now that T'Challa is missing, and he's surrounded by the King's Guard, a new one. Shuri and Banner we see them working on a new project in the lab. Black Widow in full gear is now at Hawkeye's family home, the one we saw at Age of Ultron, and then everything is just all over the place and broken. Nat is studying some type of map with multiple photos and locations on it. Quick shot of Thanos is shown with a long sword walking down an alleyway in New York City. Then the next shot is a dark hooded figure with glowing eyes aiming in a bow and arrow before shooting towards the cameras. Then we get a couple of visuals of the quantum realm, and Scott Lang isn't in his suit no more, and we just see him running through the park dodging some explosions. Then we get a shot of space, and we see Thor and Valkyrie aboard a Kree ship. Thor says, if the stories are true, you're our universe's last hopes. If such a thing still even exists anymore. So I'm assuming that he's talking about Captain Marvel right now. Then we see an older and more determined Tony Stark walking through the new S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, which was the Avengers facility in upstate New York. He's in full S.H.I.E.L.D. attire and carrying an orange briefcase. Banner is seen wearing some spandex and running from something, looking really terrified, and then we see Ant-Man peer out of a flash of light, and he lands in a desolate place. We see this all from the point of view of inside his helmet. He looks from left to right and again says, "What in the..." And then the camera focuses on Boromir and its stars. Next, a shot of Rocket and Nebula modifying some new weapons in the lab. Rocket says, "When can we try this bad boy out?" They both smile at each other and fist bump. We get a first glimpse of Iron Man in his red and gold nanotech armor, and Hulk falls from the sky and lands in front of him. Thanos in full armor smiles, Hulk smiles back, and then the next shot is in Japan. War Machine, Ned, and Steve in their full Avengers gear are surrounded by the Yakuza. Hawkeye, who is now going by Ronin, walks through everybody from behind them and approaches the Avengers. There's an intense exchange of looks between Clint and Natasha. And the next shot is in the Sanctum, where we see Wong is communicating with Doctor Strange's soul via a portal. It cuts to black. Great-haired Tony Stark and Ant-Man are in a post-apocalyptic New York City. The screen flashes back and forth multiple times through scenes, and we see Captain Marvel floating with her fist on fire and her eyes lit up. Thanos in the Soul Stone with young Gamora screaming at him, Loki and Thor fighting off Chitauri together, and Tony handing Steve a brand new shield in the Wakandan throne room. Tony opens the orange briefcase as Scott hands in an illuminated bracelet. Tony then asks, how is this even possible? We do see Iron Man and Ant-Man traveling through the quantum realm, and Tony and Scott come back to the Battle of New York from 2012. The final shot of the trailer is a reveal that an Infinity Stone starts to disappear from Thanos' damaged gauntlet. He abruptly gets up and puts on his armor. His face goes from extremely infuriated to a menacing smile. And then, boom, title reveal, Avengers Annihilation. And then there's a little stinger, as we know that after all the trailers and whatnot. The Hulk is training at the new S.H.I.E.L.D. facility with Black Widow and Steve. Steve notices that he has been training non-stop as of late, so he asks why. Hulk responds in Banner's normal voice with, my rematch is coming real soon. I can feel it. And there you have it. That is pretty much the description of what they're going based off on what's going to be happening in this trailer that is supposed to be coming out sometime pretty soon in the coming weeks. And I'm just going to say it, I don't think that all of this is going to happen. I think it sounds like this trailer would be too all over the place, if you know what I mean. It sounds too jam-packed, and I would be surprised if they don't cut some of it off and they leave it like that, because I think that by the way I'm describing it and talking about it, it just sounds too crazy to show all of this, especially Ronan and all of this. I think that definitely Ronan will be in this movie, but I don't think that they would like have it show up in a trailer right now, because I feel like this isn't a character that many people are that attached to and whatnot. And I feel like Captain Marvel having such a short stint on this first trailer, but I think that they would have saved her more for a second or third trailer after Captain Marvel premiere. But I don't know, that's just me. I do think that a lot of these scenes are really plausible that we could see. Definitely M'Baku being in the Wakandian, also seeing the Tony Stark and the Battle of New York and Tony and Scott together. That is definitely a possibility I see that can happen. And I'm just curious to know exactly what else like they could possibly show in a trailer for a movie that is gonna be pretty much the biggest movie ever. And I'm really interested. And I don't know, what do you think about this trailer description? Some of the things as well, if I just run down through what I'm reading, I think that the stinger at the end would be pretty cool to see, but I don't think that they would show something like that for a stinger. I really feel like for this first trailer, it's just going to be a one it and done it. I do like the thing about Thanos' Infinity Stones seemingly disappearing, because maybe Scott and Tony are going around getting them before Thanos does. And I do like that him going from extremely infuriated to a menacing smile sounds like the Thanos we all know and love. Something else that I'm not too sure we'll definitely see is the Rocket and Nebula. Like, I feel like whoever thought about this, or if they actually is true, they want to give all of these characters a sort of like screen time in the trailer, which I don't think they're going to do for the first trailer when it's just going to be like a tease and whatnot. So I think that maybe this could work in a second trailer, a third trailer, but I think for this first trailer, it's definitely just going to be teasing a lot of things that are going to be coming soon, and I'm definitely pumped for that. So I think that the trailer description did a pretty good job at putting everybody where they have to be for the movie, and that's very well could be where they have to be in the movie, and all the steps that are possible to be taken so that they're able to take Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet down. So I don't know, I'm just saying it sounds like a really long trailer for a first trailer, but then again, this is a big movie, and I mean, a big movie like this definitely will need a big trailer. So it's all up in the air right now. I'm not too sure what to think. I'm so pumped for this, however. Definitely cannot wait to see this in the big screen. And I'm just ready for this trailer whenever it comes out. Now, of course, another thing about this trailer is that it's seemingly confirming that, yes, the title is Avengers Annihilation. And that is something that has been pretty much speculated right now. There has yet to be any confirmation that the trailer, well, the show, well, the movie will be called Annihilation, but it is seemingly likely it should be called that. But I don't know. What do y'all think about this trailer description? It sounds too good to be true for me. It sounds like it's just giving everybody a place and time and like a task to be at. And I don't think that's what the trailers are supposed to do, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, I'll be making a video talking about the possibility of X-Men cameos many people are pointing out could be happening in this movie and what I think about that. So definitely keep it locked in by subscribing to the channel below. Subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. You know you get all your stuff for music, movies, and news and all the stuff you love about all of that on Nerd Round. So make sure you subscribe. And as always, I'll see y'all next time. Stay positive, my friends.